Hey, all. So I'm going to take a look at. There goes my fingers. Take a look at the final DC-3 project, and look at the details here that I added as far as the radio equipment, navigation, pathfinding, and all that. We got the two bird dogs. We've got the well, whatever this array would be called, and then we have the antenna wire over the top, and that should complete the model as far as accessories go for the nav and radio equipment. Overall, I think the project had a decent outcome. Callie did a great job on the decals. As you can see, she captured that logo perfectly. All right, we got the lettering and all the registration numbers on. So we got the upper right, lower left wing registrations. I added flaps for detail. I changed the landing gear and did not use the stock kit components. We made our own using solder and a couple of different diameters of aluminum tubing and so forth. All of that's included in the various videos, and you can find where that was done and what parts we used. I think I also used a little bit of scrap plastic on the trailing arms, and I think it's it might be part 26, 26A, 26B, somewhere in there, that shows what parts were used and how they were configured. But that added a tremendous amount of detail to what would have otherwise been a very clunky looking landing gear. Hope that's focused. And there you can see we get a much, let's put it under the light. How about that? That's probably a little better. And there you can see how the added detail really makes a difference with the landing gear being so prominent on this airplane. When you look at a DC-3 on the ground, I mean, a lot of it is you're looking at that scaffolding to make sure that it looks right on your model. You want to take a good look at all those pictures. So anyway, as I was saying in a different video talking about what I was trying to capture with this airplane, I'm reminded of when I was a kid walking through different airports. We did a little bit of traveling when I was very young, and I remember going through LAX, and there were all these promotional scale models of airliners, and they were big. They were probably maybe 1/18th scale, 1/20th. So the wingspans would be 3 or 4 feet, 5 feet, and you'd see DC-4s, DC-6s. At that time, this was mid-60s, and Convairs and so forth. And they were literally everywhere at the time. Travel agencies, airport lobbies, ticket counters, and all that stuff when you used to have to buy a physical ticket. But they'd have these promotional models on stands or in cases or hanging, above the countertop. And, they were they were kind of light on detail. They just wanted to capture the airplane and the livery, and they were for promotion, either from the airplane manufacturers. Douglas would put them out, Convair put them out. I think you could find promotional models of the Constellation, the Lockheed Constellation, among others, and there would be these big models of them. And so they would be brightly colored and very shiny and very large and not heavy on detail, not light on detail, just enough that you could, recognize the airplane really. And that's what I wanted to capture here. And the Smithsonian, at their aviation wing, I don't know if it's Udvar-Hazy or whatever one it is, they've collected and they've purchased over the years or had donated to them a lot of those models. And you can see them on their website, or if you have any of their pictographic books, they put out a real nice hardcover or paperback version of their entire aircraft model collection, just the scale models, and it's beautiful, and there are a lot of these in there. We're waiting for the scooter to pass. Anyway, large scale models, and they were, to me, as a boy, they were inspiring. And I thought, when I got the DC-3, or actually the reason I got the DC-3 was I thought I could build this up with an airliner motif, not necessarily the Eastern Airlines one, but I like this Western, and because I live in the West and so forth, and I like this logo, this motif. I wanted this one, so when I learned that I could get the decals from Cali and saw that it's not a difficult paint scheme, it's just striping, and airliner style painting is tedious in that you have to get the symmetry right, you have to line everything up correctly. But if you've been making and building and painting models for any length of time, it just you get a feel for it. So all that aside, I decided to do this one for the channel. I think the outcome is good. I know that the feedback and the viewership was strong. I got a lot of new subscribers. I thank you all. Whether you're just stopping by randomly and viewing the channel, or if you've subscribed, especially, or if you've posted comments, or and talked about your own projects, and maybe said something like you got some information, something you could take and apply to your project. That to me is the reason I do it. I hope the channel can be inspiring. I hope these builds, you can do this work. I've done the video, and the videos, and the purpose of the channel is to show that it can be done. You take one of these balsa kits, any one of these models. Now, these 800 series Guillow are specifically built for display. They don't necessarily say they're making these kits as flyable models, even though they're made of balsa. And so that's a kind of a key note. You can build these and paper them as you would any other flying Guillow model, and you get a decent outcome. But I think what I wanted to show was that if you do the infill or sheeting, if you want to sheet them, that's probably, I don't know, people say that's easier. I don't know that it's easier, but anyway, it's another way to get a solid surface look compared to the built-up flyable papered airplane look. Nice smooth finish. The shape is right, and Guillow and Dumas and all the other manufacturers that I bought, kit manufacturers, they all do the same thing. They make the profiles right. So if you're going to paper it, fine, and it looks right. If you're going to infill it and finish it like this, you get a very respectable representation of the original aircraft, because the plans, the drawings, and the parts provided are so good. Right? And then if you just do a couple of things to augment the parts, if you don't want the big clunky landing gear and you want something that looks better, my videos, you see how that's done just with aluminum tubing, various diameters. Very inexpensive. Solder is very inexpensive. The piano wire, if you're going to use that for cores, as I do, that comes with the kit, so you get that already. You don't have to go, slanging around for piano wire. Right? So anyway, this is the outcome. I wanted to say a few things about the viewership, and you folks that are watching the videos and commenting and subscribing, and I thank you. For that, I wanted to mention that, and talk about the old promotional models that you used to see in the airports, and it's a shame that you don't see them as much anymore. I don't even know. I mean, it's been 10 years or more since I've been in an airport. And I'm not a travel agency going to guy, so I don't know if they have them still or not. But if you want to see them, I mean, different aviation museums around the country will have a handful of them. The Smithsonian website is good, and any of their books that they put out around the aviation models collection that they have, and they've got some beautiful stuff. There's nice pictographic work, photographic work of those airplanes, and you'll see the old airline promotional models, the old aircraft manufacturers and airline promotional models in those pages, and they're fantastic. Right. So anyway, there it is. I want to thank everyone again, and the next the next videos. So I'll probably make a slideshow of this project with music, and then after that, I'm gonna in a follow-on video, we're gonna take a look at what I've got in the wings, waiting, as it were, waiting to be built up. And I was thinking of the next project I was going to do, but I thought, we'll do a video. I'll show you what I do have here on the premises, and go through what's possible, what could be next. And if you want to, have a suggestion, you want to post a comment, hey, I think it'd be great if you could do this one or that one, that kind of thing. That would be cool, and I'd take that, under consideration, absolutely. So anyway, there's all that, and here's our completed DC-3 project. Okay, so thanks again, everybody. Have a great day. I appreciate you all so much, and we'll see you next time.